Christmassy things, Christmas tags. You know the tags where you put it to and from for the gifts that you give for Christmas. So that is the idea. So I have my computer on the side here, and I'm just going to look at some inspiration. What I like to do is I create a Google slide deck, and I just put a bunch of pictures or images that would possibly work or that could help inspire me while I'm drawing. So I'm just gonna start, doodling. It's gonna be really rough. That's okay. This is just to think it through. On this video, I wanted to just talk to you guys, see what it's like to talk on camera. I'm not used to that, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe this can be like a reoccurring thing. I don't know, maybe. I just got Procreate not that long ago, but I love it. I've always drawn on Cintiqs, especially when I was in college, but I never really liked the Cintiqs because it was awkward. I guess the angles I never really got used to. Mainly because I'm just so used to drawing on paper that it's like you just lay the paper flat on the desk, you don't prop it up. Alright, so these are just sketches. I'm not sure if I'll use them, but it's good to just, this is almost like note-taking or brainstorming, but doodling, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. I'm not gonna do the text yet, the text that's like to and from and all that stuff. I'm not gonna do that yet because that's, I want to focus more on the illustration aspect of it. Fun fact, we recently moved to Oregon and it's been a pain in the butt to get, our vehicles registered because the DMV has been so busy and just the system wouldn't let us book an appointment, so we've just been waiting. And a few weeks ago we refreshed the page online, and finally we were able to get an appointment for the DMV. And my appointment is coming up in a few days, so my boyfriend just came over to talk to me about the requirements that I'll need. So we're just getting those things ready. The thing about going to the DMV is that it's it takes so much out of me. Even talking about it, I'm just ugh. I'm sure a lot of people feel this way. We talked about why the DMV is so often seen as a place that's annoying, I guess, because you don't necessarily want to be there. Other people that work there don't want to be there, and I was like, what? But they can't they make an effort to make it so it's bearable? But yeah, I just had that discussion. For me, going back to the topic of the DMV, it just stresses me out without even being there. Just kind of maybe some sprinkles here and there. Sometimes it's good to just, draw something, see if it works. If it doesn't work, then it's totally fine. Learn from it. So, just a few drawings I did so far.
Okay, so you just need your title.
Hey guys, I'm so sorry for coming in and out like that. Just a bunch of interruptions going on, but I will get these finished. The other day we watched Spanglish, and it was super cute. I haven't watched that movie in a long time, and one of my family's favorites, just because of it's funny and it's very relatable in terms of like the translation bits. My mom learned English, and my sister and I had to constantly translate for her. And you know, at the time it was kind of annoying because you had to do fun kid stuff, but in the long run you kind of see like, you know, it's a good thing. And it did keep me sharp in terms of my Spanish and remembering, you know, Spanish phrases, because a lot of times if the parents don't speak the native language to their kids may not necessarily remember, you know, they may forget their native language, especially if they're young. Preface. These are very, very rough, as you can see, so they don't need to be perfect. And half the time I'm just like having fun or brainstorming as I'm drawing. Now I'm just gonna finesse them so they are nicer looking. I'm gonna make it on a different layer just because I know I may want to fix it later on, and it is kind of hard to fix things when they are merged into the same layer. It's always so lame when you get scammer calls, but it's good that the phone recognizes that it is a scam call, you know? When you think about it, drawing is just an illusion of things. Alright, let's see how this is looking. Pretty good. Later on I will go in and just darken these. I feel like they're a bit light. The other day we watched the movie Burnt. It's with Bradley Cooper. It's pretty good. I feel like I've seen it before, I just never finished it all the way. And this time we did finish. I always like movies that have to do with cooking, just because I love seeing food getting made. And you know, everyone's different, so the way you might make, you know, egg or something may be different from the way that other people make it. So I always learn something new whenever I'm watching chef shows. I've seen what's that show called with Gordon Ramsay? Not the one that he yells. Well, he kind of yells in it, but it's not. It's not as intense as the other shows. This one's kind of simple. This present. I'm not sure if I'm taking as much as I'm taking the rest of the illustrations. I'll see. Maybe I can add some decorations on the interior with colors. This line is a bit thick here. Try to make everything consistent looking. Alright guys, sorry about that. My GoPro died on me. The battery just stopped. It's alright. Good thing I have my phone. The problem with my phone recently is that the screen has like a white light coming out of it. So I should be getting it replaced these recordings and stuff and trying to just get everything organized as I'm drawing. Mainly because the GoPro died. And so might as well just go ahead and upload the images on the GoPro, get a head start on that. I'm also rendering, that's why you can hear in the background the laptop chugging away. I've actually never kissed under the mistletoe, believe it or not, just so that I stay kind of organized. As you've seen in the other videos, I don't always name my layers, and usually when I'm animating I do, but not when I'm illustrating, mainly because these drawings in particular will not be used, like, you know, another illustrator is not going to look at my files, and that's the main reason. But if I were working on, you know, like as a team for my day job, I do label, mainly because it is extremely important to label. If you are not labeling or organizing your files, oops, let's see if I like that. If you're not labeling or organizing your files, then when you pass it on to someone else, they're gonna hate your guts, because it's a lot of work to decipher someone else's work. And if you can just make it easier for the next person that's gonna look at your file, it makes their job a lot easier. And also yours as well, because sometimes, you know, they might go back and ask you a question, and then if you're busy, you may not have time to answer it, and then that's, you know, you kind of have to answer it. Awesome. It looks really good so far. I think, I don't know, maybe I'm just like blind or something. What's up, Christmas? What up? Should I say put it in there? This is the light one. So this is a darker green. Okay, so it looks like I'll go with this for now, but we can change it. So after this, I am going to add white on the background of everything, because that just makes everything pop and stand out. Oh, I did use it right here. I did use that one. Okay, so now I'm just outlining. I really like this part of drawing because everything is pretty much set. I do have to add in the textures and stuff, but that's also easy and fun. I think the hard part is like figuring out what I want to draw and finding out reference photos to it, and, you know, being inspired. Sometimes you have that lull of like, what am I gonna draw? And sometimes I end up drawing something that I'm like, yeah, I'm so inspired, it's gonna come out great, and then the end product is like, ugh. But I take that as like a learning experience, because when it comes to animation, drawing, you always want to get better at it, you know, and you will with practice. What do I want for Christmas? Nothing. At least, like, you know, when people ask you that question, I can never have like a good answer. I always just say nothing, because that's what, you know, we were taught to say when we were little. What do you want? Nothing. But recently I have been getting into candle making. At first it was like, you know, kind of interesting, but you know, it's not hard, just so you know. It's really easy to make candles. So what I did was I wanted to have like a date night with my boyfriend, and so I bought, you know, one of those candle making kits from Etsy. And I don't know why, every time I buy something from Etsy, it never comes out great. And I've given it some thought and some time, you know, for the Etsy seller to redeem themselves, but at this point I'm just like, ugh, Etsy. I used to sell on Etsy. I did not sell my illustrations. I sold something completely different. Anyone want to take a guess? But yeah, I used to sell stuff on Etsy, and that item that I would sell, that product, I didn't know, like, I'm not great at marketing, and I didn't know how to promote it, you know. And I did get sales here and there, but it just wasn't enough for me to sustain it, for me to be like, oh yeah, I'm making money now. Like, if anything, it was a loss. And I'm really glad I did that, because otherwise I'd always just, you know, think like, oh, how come I didn't try to sell them, you know? But I did try, and yeah, it was fun at first. It was a lot of work. But when you're selling things, I feel like it's always gonna be a lot of work up front, because you need to build that following, right? Yeah. This is a strange looking cup with like whipped cream on it, but we will fix it. And I also know, I do realize that candy canes aren't always all red. Standard Christmas candy cane are red and white, so I will fix that. It'd be cool to have these as stickers. Originally my thinking was that I have, you know, Christmas tags like to and from, but I would prefer to draw out the illustrations rather than write out to and from each time. The first few times that I tried Procreate, I really like Procreate. I love it. But I didn't know how to use it, you know? Like, obviously you're not gonna know your first time, but I had to watch a tutorial on how to use it to get better at using it. One of the first things that I learned was how to create a straight line. Was hold it, or like a more precise line was to hold it, which I didn't know how to do before. And you know, I would always see these Procreate drawings on Instagram, and always wonder, like, how do they know how to make it? Like, how are they getting their lines so straight? And it wasn't until I watched a YouTube tutorial on Procreate, and I was just like, oh, they've been holding it. But yeah, no, you can do some amazing illustrations on Procreate. These are so. But I do want to get better, and I think just drawing more often will help me get there. Okay, back to the story about candle making. Okay, candle making. So it's actually really easy. You just get the candle, you melt the candle wax, and then you melt the wax in a container. You grab the container in which you put your candle in the candle container. And you want to put the wick in there, and then you put the wax in there. And so I guess the reason why I was disappointed with that expensive. But I was like, you know what? Oops, sorry. I touched the camera, or I bumped into the camera holder. I realized that they got their items from the dollar store, and I was just like, what? That's kind of lame. I mean, good for them, because they know how to, like, figure that stuff out, and I'm sure they're selling a ton of their, candle DIYs, but for me, it didn't do much. Okay. And one of the things that I didn't like about the candle was that I specifically was like, oh yeah, because she had an option to have a sticker on it that says hand poured by, and then your name. And so I put in my name, and then I put in my boyfriend's name, and I was super excited to, put that sticker on. Okay, when we got the supplies that also included the stickers were just not that great. They stuck onto the candle container pretty well, but when you touched the candle container, you couldn't touch it on the sticker part because your finger was going to kind of smudge. Yeah, smudge is the word. Smudge the sticker, and the ink of the sticker would get all smudged onto your fingers and onto the sticker itself. And I was just very disappointed because I was just like, what kind of sticker is this? Like, don't promote a sticker and then, I don't know, but that was one of the reasons why I was just like, oh, it didn't turn out, that great. It looks kind of like not that nice looking because of all the smudges everywhere. So yeah, we ended up just keeping the sticker on, and we have finished the candle. The candle itself smelled really good, and the wax was fine, although it kind of does suck to know that they just got the materials off of the dollar store. But yeah, the candle itself was fine. It was okay. Like, I've definitely bought, luxury candles just to try them out, and they have blown me away. My favorite scent in general is eucalyptus and peppermint. Peppermint, I love to put it on my forehead if I have a headache. And it works really well. That way I don't have to necessarily take an Advil or a pill if I have a headache. I can just remedy it in a more natural way. So that's how I got into candle making, I guess. I don't sell them, they're just for fun. Alright, so now going on to this. I am going to start adding that texture. Okay, that's it for that layer, and then we have the yellow and the little red fruits, I guess. So grab this red, the same thing. Always add like a lighter, so it has that, sort of light come in, and it's not just solid color. Alright, next I have this one. I'll just turn it off and on to see. Okay, these two. So go in here, and I know I did add red on there, I know, but I want this one to be a bit colorful almost. I want that texture to come through. This one is going to be the candy cane. Let's see. because I don't know, you can, I guess, lighten this, but it doesn't look good to me like that. So it will go in. Let me get this color. There we go. And just lighten it up a bit with the brush. Alright guys, this is gonna be the end of the video. Thank you so much for just watching or listening. For me, it was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it as well, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
you